Today's topic is controversial. It's not what you normally hear in marriage preparation courses or many other places. There are serious things, but often things fall short. Father Pio will present Catholic doctrine as it is, pure and simple, and it might be painful for many to hear some truths. If we want to go to heaven, we need to know our duties. Father Pio gave great importance to family life. He not only gave advice and help but also performed miraculous interventions to save families. We already have several cases of Father Pio saving families because he liked them to be large. Sometimes, when a family was in need, he performed a miracle for that family. This was related to his conviction that family life is much more difficult than, for example, religious life. Father Pio testified to this by advising Giovanna Rosani, a spiritual daughter who had the privilege of witnessing the death of Saint Father Pio. She wanted to be a nun, but he strictly forbade her from entering religious life, explaining with the following words, "God has destined you for Calvary, not for Tabor." He meant that religious life is like Tabor, where one seeks God, finds Him, and lives in union with Him in prayer and contemplation. On Calvary, however, one finds suffering and crucifixion in the company of Jesus. With these words, Father Pio echoed the teaching of St. Paul to the Corinthians, saying that to reach paradise, the married must divide their attention between God and their obligations to their spouse, children, and work to support the family. This obligation to their respective duties makes the salvation of the married a more laborious path than religious life. In the heart of St. Father Pio, large families held a very special place. He told all couples that marriage is for children, and as the Holy Scripture says, children are the gift of the Lord. He expected marriages to be crowned with many children to populate the earth and paradise. Father Pio resolutely refused to confess those who did not intend to have children. He considered it a sin, denying them absolution. A spiritual son of Father Pio recounts the following story. In the second confession I made to him, the first one he sent me away. After listing my sins, Father Pio asked, "Is there anything else?" I responded no, and he, looking me straight in the eyes, asked, "With your wife, did you do things right in holy matrimony?" I replied no because the doctors had forbidden us to have more children. Father Pio responded, "And what do the doctors have to do with these things?" I said, "The doctors said a child might be born with defects." Father Pio replied, "And that is what you deserved." And once again, he sent me away from the confessional. Father Pio never wanted to deviate from traditional Catholic doctrine, and neither should we. He said that marriage is for children, and as the Holy Scripture says, children are the gift of the Lord. Conscious of what the Holy Scriptures and the Church teach about marriage, Father Pio refused to confess those who did not intend to have children. Some of the sins that greatly troubled Father Pio were sins against motherhood, family actions, and sins against life, such as abortion, euthanasia, assisted reproduction, artificial insemination. These sins have been condemned by the Church countless times, most recently in the encyclicals Arcanum Divini Sapientiae by Pope Leo XIII, Casti Connubii by Pope Pius XI, Humani Vitae by Pope Paul VI, and Evangelium Vitae by Pope John Paul II. Therefore, a succession of popes reaffirming this doctrine. Father Pio never wanted to deviate from traditional Catholic doctrine, and neither should we. If we want to save our souls and be saints, we need to follow Catholic doctrine without compromise. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. And don't forget to help this apostolate if you can. Let's now say the Hail Mary for all who watch this video and for each one's private intentions, followed by the blessing of Father Pio with his own voice and image. Hail Mary.